Tolly.
Where?
Tolly. Eve. It was at a farm, a croft. Behind Dingwall.
Was it an older couple?
Prison officers.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't
Even
say
Steve.
that one.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Even Steve, that's right, yeah. That's nice, they did really well.
Yeah.
I think their cake was pretty spectacular. They had Highland cows or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember that. And they did well. It's hot here.
It's roasting, the radiators are on as well, and the windows are, you can't open the windows.
I want to speak to them, it's too hot.
I'm going to speak to the girl at reception.
You going to be tight for space up here, are you okay?
Yeah, this is going to be, it's going to be pretty strange. When the bride and groom sitting down.
So we might just chill it out. I don't know what you think, but I kind of thought the best man and the bride, they don't need to be sitting doing that. To me, that feels kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So we could get rid of these. So
put them there.
So bride and groom, they'll be sat down, but they'll be stood behind them like that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So they're not going to see anything.
They're not going to see anything, but that's taking up quite a lot of space. Yeah. So they'll be back here, and we'll be speaking to the back of them. So then I come here and speak. This is how I would have it. It's so weird.
So when you've got the bride and groom standing, how are you going to have them?
Even like that.
Yeah, that would be
get rid of them, so then they're in behind, so then that's a lot more space. She's got a big dress and lots of stuff too. That's right, that's better. Because that's true enough when you do come to the front too, and that's what it is, they need to do like that. Because they've got a centrepiece, you put this to the back of the room over here. Yes, I think so. Aye, send them in. Aye.
Right, there's a wee slight change to the schedule because Stephen Knox, the man who was going to do the video, isn't coming. I think his fault out was Mrs. Stevens. Apparently somebody ran in his car and burst his radio. What we think is he's skint and his girlfriend won't give him any money to come up to it because it's not her friend who's got him. But anyway, I have roped in something, my friend, to do the video.
Douglas did it, that's good. Change it around a wee bit.
Yeah.
Because we just need space.
Aye.
It's getting hot.
Aye.
So take the 2 seats in there, because what we're thinking, like, you guys can sit down and have your best man, bridesmaid, let's say like that.
Okay, yeah.
Because the other thing is, when you guys then come together, you need to come together here to your vows, standing facing each other.
Yeah.
Because it's a really nice centrepiece. That chair's here, that we would have had to have done it like here, and then you're kind of like off centre, and it doesn't look.
Yeah.
If that's okay with you.
Aye, whatever works.
I don't want to say this Sarah-Jane because she's like on it, you know, but in a good way, like, you know, but I don't want her to think, oh shit, I'd rather her just come in and go.
No, that's fine. That's the best way to do it.
And plus, with Darren as well, he needs more space to go around to get the photographs, things like that, so that allows him to get better shots. So I'll be here. So you got one best man?
Yeah.
So you guys could be probably best to be on that side.
Yeah.
We'll Sarah-Jane comes in, and then is it bridesmaid first, or she'll come in first, and she'll take up her place on one of the seats. Your best man, your best man can be here. You bothered about what side you're on? Your best man can be here even, because you'll be standing there, so you can be here. And the bridesmaid can come in and she can go there. And Sarah-Jane comes in, you guys have your hug and say hello and get your crack and things. What music is it coming to? Is it a song?
No.
Pipes?
Pipes, but he's going to hand back.
Cool.
He's going to get us to hand back, so it's not so intense.
Aye, cool. Pipes come in, and then you guys have your bit, get your crack, and then just sit down.
Right.
Then I'll come and I'll do my thing. Do your get crack with everybody, do stories, then get Duncan to do the reading,
Yep.
and then funerals change. And at that point, do the girls.
Yeah.
So where's the 4 boxes of?
I'll go get them.
So what we can do, the best money, or they could be even just come in like that. And what I can do is literally.
We're not going to make too much.
No, and I like that idea. Fair enough if it was 1.
Aye.
But because there's 4, it just takes time, which is fine. But yeah, I agree with that.
So I think what we're going to do, I don't think we're going to faff about when we actually
No.
trying to put them
No.
on. I'll just give them a gift box.
Yeah. Get the box and get a hug.
Aye.
Aye. I just go like that. I just go like that.
Aye.
Or whatever you guys do, whatever is comfortable for you guys.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And I'll just say something before we go ahead and do your vows. You know, so I go ahead and give something to the girls to show them because it's about the family coming together. That's like, how you guys want to be announced throughout the whole thing? What do you want to be called? What do you need to call you?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sarah-Jane.
Sarah-Jane.
Or Essie. But I call it Sarah. No, I call it Annie. Yeah, let's not do that. Sarah-Jane.
Sarah-Jane and Sarah. That's it. And I'll do that for the vows as well. I'll just be do Sarah-Jane. So do the boxes and then come back, and then I'll say a few things, and then I'll invite you to come up, basically stand facing each other as you do the rings. Do the rings, big cheer, and we do the signing. Who's that? Is that going to be on somebody?
Aye. Yeah, it's not.
Best man.
Si,
Something like that.
Yeah.
Si,
Yes, Sterling.
do you know where Connor is?
No.
Because he's running
Your inhaler
everywhere.
is in my car. Go and get Eric and say you need your inhaler. Tell him to go out to the car and get the purple bag. Sit where you're told.
He's the best man, is he? Is he one of the witnesses too?
Yeah.
So we'll give him a bit of paper, and I know we've got a clipboard there, but I can see the clipboard here, but it's nice.
Just wing it.
Yeah, just do it on each other rather than putting on a clipboard and then a clipboard on Sunday.
Aye.
It's just something else to faff around with.
Yeah, okay.
So if we can just skim that and then just do that. And then signing, and then after the signing, you'll both be standing here doing the signing.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, will we just go over there to cut the cake?
Aye.
Or what was the thought? Is there anything else that we're doing?
No. Ceremony, redone.
So what was it she was thinking about the cakes that gives them?
Yeah, that's going to be part of the ceremony because then folks are going to have a cup of coffee or a drink and a piece
Is
of
that, I think she was thinking before it was going to be trolleyed out after it's cut. Is that not happening there?
I don't know.
Then she thought it might be cut then as we're still going on, it can be cut up.
Aye.
But then you'll be wanting photos afterwards, Darren, a couple of photos straight afterwards outside, right like that, right?
We're gonna go, yeah. We're gonna
We'll do what you tell us to do.
Let's just go with that.
Aye.
It's going to be too much faff and moving the
Aye.
cake. So let's just, after we've done the
So
signing.
we're not overly bothered about the whole reason the cake's getting cut now
Aye.
is so we distribute for folks and folks are just something to eat.
Yeah, that's good. Well, they can do, they'll take, for all the difference it makes, take it out in the middle or at the end.
Aye.
Just take it out towards the end.
Yeah, okay.
So after, when you're, down the aisle together, then the staff will come in and take the cake and get it cut all up.
Yeah.
Because
Hello there.
Hello, my darling.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. How's you?
Good, I'm alright, thank you very much.
Weekend's well.
You know, just having
She likes beautiful there and I'm having a pregnant.
don't be late.
I would
are
be.
you going straight, are you going straight out into the car and off somewhere, or?
Don't know.
as soon as you're free, we'll go somewhere.
As soon as we're
You're
free,
gonna go somewhere, yeah.
we're going to go to like Lock Garden.
Oh, nice.
Shops there.
You don't want to do like any lineup or things like that, or we'll get you away first and all.
Yeah, because the group shots can be done after.
Aye.
It's whatever you
Well,
guys.
weather's like this, we should probably
make the most of it.
aye.
So you'll have the light, you know, it's not as if you're in a rush.
What time's your meal at?
About 4-ish. 4:30.
That's what I would do. I would come up in and just go off somewhere.
If we need it postpone the meal, we'd need to know sooner rather than later.
Well, you could do, if it's straight after the ceremony,
Mhm.
you could get everyone outside into the gardens
Mhm.
and find some group shots and then we can disappear.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you guys lead the way. You guys go out and see but we're all going outside now for my photo.
Yeah.
And,
And during that time, they'll come in here to the cake.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Duncan is stepping in to do the reader.
Duncan, good. I'll just say, and then Duncan's going to say something.
It's actually written by Stephen Knox.
Sarah-Jane's best friend who's busy with, so he's not coming.
So you can come up, you can either do it where you're doing it, you can come up here, Duncan, and just do it here in the middle. A nice thing to do after you finished it is to like acknowledge the couple with a hug or a handshake or something like that. It's not worse than see someone do a reading, it's really nice, and then they just walk off. It's funny.
We'll follow your lead, Harvey, because my head will go in.
No, that's it, that's all it is, it's easy.
What thing is your sign at the end?
Yeah,
Put the thing.
your real signature.
Alright, not Mickey Mouse.
No.
Thank you very much. I'm going to listen to that later.
And you're still,
Well,
even on those seats, you're still on the camera there,
yep.
which is nice.
Right, I need to make sure.
But I'm going to have to read it off the paper.
That's all right, of course you
I've not memorised.
Oh, no, you read it off the paper, absolutely.
Right.
So we just need the sign-in and your 4 boxes.
There's a celebrant from there then, and
There-ish, Colbert.
Harvey
Holly,
Potter.
me.
Oh, it's not you then. No, it's my son's getting married.
Oh, is he?
And
Fantastic.
they're using a celebrant from there, but I think it's a lady. So
Haley.
it might be, yeah.
Haley.
She's definitely from there, but she's definitely a lady.
Haley's from there.
Simon, are these not needed?
No.
No, thank you.
I'll move them into.
Thank
But I
you.
wondered if it might be the same.
Yeah, it's a
But
sneaky
obviously
look,
not.
yeah.
straight along.
Right.
I don't know, to be honest.
No, we're not in there yet. But never mind.
What he said, see. Front, see. That's the opposite. I'm gonna put my head in for Wonder Woman.
Who's walking Mum in?
Us all four daughters.
Or walking Mum in?
Yeah.
Alright,
With Lady Mama.
cool. So you guys are going first.
Yeah, she's sitting in the second row, so she's
Cool.
near us.
So this is where you guys will be. 4 daughters here.
Right, cool. So you want to sit like that, and I'll just sit here.
She's sitting over there.
Can I sit there currently?
Yeah, you can sit in there.
I do not get that option.
So if you're coming in, then yeah, you just come in and then
Everybody
sit in one bit.
That makes sense. Cool. Right, I'm gonna go give them some thinking.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't know why it happened. We're sitting at the front, me and the girls.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, but anybody else?
Yeah.
Just grab my seat in case there's any computer problems.
Exactly. Next to the computer.
Although to be fair, I'm not great on maths.
Yeah, those ones at the front there.
Forced pictures. I prefer someone just like picture me when I don't know them.
Anywhere you want. Just take it off.
Keep it on first. So cute.
Okay.
Lady, keep that.
Lovely fun.
Hi, Sheila.
That's just the girls.
Is that what that's for? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she was sitting there. Never said none to me. I need this medicinal for my throat.
Oh, that's so crazy.
I know, that's just the first thing to it, Emily. That's the first thing she said to me. She basically said the same thing.
Not reply to my messages.
And the first thing she said, oh. She sent me a voice clip yesterday saying, when I send you a message, please make sure you reply.
There's a rule set up to text me in the morning. You should set one up for me.
This is very uncomfortable. Much nicer. Some more later. I like all the pictures except for me and Ian, so this is the next one. It could be in that picture. First, get me. I love that. Such a cool photo of her. This one's a nice and unusual. Maybe photography. Me take shoes off to kill me. I did do that. But people insisted I spent money on shoes.
Who are these people?
My mother, and they wouldn't work.
Yes.
See the front
Yeah.
row. Steve could move over there side.
Right, is everyone's phone off?
Send your knee.
And we also ask that nobody stands up to take photos so Clara can get pictures of the bride from down there. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Helen, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No problem.
Yes, grand. Kate. Kate, are you in charge of the computer?
No. I'm just trying to not knock it over.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're this is Sheila, by the way, this is Cindy's mum.
How does Eric share as well so his wife can see? That's my profile, but he wants to share it with us.
I don't know, to be honest.
You don't even know. Yeah, pretty. I just looked at them before I take them off. Really?
Literally last minute. Your nails are nice again.
This one's turned out really nice, and it's because I've actually got some nice nails on it. So what used to be we did. Your body and your it's all better.
It's never easy. Oh yeah, it's streaming.
You don't like to get to see it.
It's on my phone completely off every time any chances. Everything's usually on vibrate and silent. No my luck. Is that a pure cheery thing?
Thank you.
No, it's not good. Can you share it? I can share it.
Hey there, folks. Okay, just before we start, just like Si said, stick your phones off, please. We do have a very good feel for you taking it, and it's all been streamed and things like that. Don't stick anything on social media just yet. And enjoy. Yeah. Hey, folks. Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. One and all, hello to friends, family, hello to the random strangers or irate hotel guests. You may jump out at us at any time, looking to latch onto this wild bunch. We're sure they'll run for the hills once this party begins. It does give me great pleasure in welcoming and thanking you all for your presence here today to witness this inspiring, groundbreaking, and cue response provoking public declaration of love. That's awful. Public declaration of love. Science and you feel for each other. Their commitment to share the rest of their lives together, come rain or come shine. And my name is Halliday. I'm a celebrant with the charity Human Society Scotland. Truly honoured to be here today. Of course, many of you have journeyed and travelled far distances to be here. Some as far as from over the hills, as far as from over the seas, some as far as from over that bar over there. So we surely have representation from all over the world. Now, when Sarah-Jane first got in touch about organising her perfect wedding, their perfect wedding day, when they told me the ideas, and they told me about this incredible setting, and what they were wanting to do was only ever going to be one answer. Even though due to busy life events, it meant it was hard to put the final touches to a few things, but I knew we could do it. It's just like Si's soon-to-be wife, who's looking absolutely stunning today. I relish a challenge. And I'm very proud that I've chosen you to be a part of this occasion for a true and specific reason. You have all been in their lives. You have seen and been privy to their adventures. You have seen their love blossom and flourish. You've been there with them through both the amazing times and the challenging. So they both wish for you all to stay involved, not only just today, their wedding day, and their marriage, and the many adventures to come. And a loving note to those not here in person, but whose presence and spirit is very much felt. So following the principles of humanism, this ceremony has no religious elements. But I know that whatever your own personal beliefs or faith may be, you'll all feel happy, comfortable, and honoured, knowing that you're all here for one shared reason. That humanism is about living an ethical, compassionate, and worthwhile life. That morality and love, trust and honour, which transcends all faiths and all beliefs. In marriage, humanists believe that equality is one of the most important principles, and that man and woman must have equal standing, be recognised as that partnership, regardless of who is right and who is wrong. Love is, and always will be, that foundation. So as Sarah-Jane was expertly walked in the aisle by the gorgeousness of her wedding entourage, right, and Dad, the sounds of oohs and ahs, rather than boos and jeers, I assume they all think that Sai is a good enough match for our young, sweet, innocent bride. I've just seen the fast face. When his wife to be walked down the aisle, we can't argue too much for that. But just to make sure, we'll ask you all a very important question. We're not too sure what happens if the response we receive back from this question is a resounding no. It hasn't happened just yet. But I'm sure, certainly for the case of these two, there'll be one unanimous, loud reply. So do you all now happily agree and support this awesome union of love between Sai and Sarah-Jane as husband and wife?
Yes!
So how do we get to be here today? Well, that is some story. And my words could never do it justice. So I'm going to let the words that couple of the moment take us on that wee journey. Each flowing moment taken from our couple's very own future memoirs. And I'll let you guess who wrote which bit. Yes, as you can expect with these two, it is a tale full of romance and whimsy and love. So have your hankies and your sleeves at the ready, as it is a bit of a weekend. Those with young children or a nervous disposition, please get out. So, it was another cold night, all alone in my caravan. I was beginning to feel that bachelorhood was not at all as cracked up to be. I was seriously considering the idea of getting a dog for some company. A couple of my friends tried to convince me not to. Kath obviously thought I was not responsible enough, and another one commented, "Oh mate, that's what homeless people do to make people feel for them." And so, with Kath's encouragement, I decided to give Tinder a go. After all, girls, unlike dogs, can be put out on the street. Now, our story happened in the beginning of November 2017. I was sitting bored and decided to swipe right on absolutely everyone who appeared. Just speak to everyone and see what would happen. And up popped Sai. And we got really well. He was super sweet. I swiped right and we began chatting. And I knew straight away that I liked this woman, and we arranged to meet. Thursday, the 9th of November, dinner. I got all ready, and he was late. I was thinking I'd been stood up. Eventually he turned up looking rather flustered and nervous. And this is when I realised that he was a lot shorter than me. Are we going to start? His listening, not a safe choice at all. We drove towards Inverness for him to take me out for dinner. En route we spoke, and he was funny. He had a very similar sense of humour as I did. Very taboo and dark. In fact, he had an opening joke that he had decided if I didn't laugh at or took offence to, and it wasn't for him. And this joke, I cannot repeat, as it will get an instant ban from Facebook. But I heard it, and I did the OMG, that's terrible, but funny laugh. And we had instant chemistry. We hit it off immediately with a similar straight-talking sense of humour. I took great pleasure in winding her up in the car regarding where I would hide her body. We got as far as the Keswick Bridge, and he said jokingly, we could go back to his and just get some takeaway, to which I agreed. So our journey ended up at Abbeymoor. And on the way, he told me all about his flatmate Sophie, and how she had the top bunk in his caravan. I was actually getting quite concerned. A caravan and a female roommate sounded a bit redneck for me. And as he opened the door to his caravan, here stood a full-size life skeleton with a cap on. This was Sophie. The caravan was actually wholly static in a lovely quiet part in Abbeymoor. Now we got ourselves a takeaway. I told her to get whatever she wanted from the local Indian restaurant. I got the honour of ordering, and I did. Chicken korma and chicken pakora with rice. I freaking hate korma. But he ate it. And a minute after that, he was so nervous, he completely forgot that he didn't like coconut. After that date, we were together on our days off, and every weekend. Although Si didn't want to be my boyfriend, he didn't want to label it, but I told him he was. And that suited him eventually. Much like when I told him we are getting married, he eventually came round to that as well. When we began seeing each other regularly, I got on pretty well with the girls, except Grace. She treated me with utter disdain and hatred. It took a lot of patience and many hours of listening to what one YouTuber said about another YouTuber, as reported by a third YouTuber. And now we get on great. And before long, I moved in with Sarah-Jane and the girls, threw myself into the role of stepdad. Sarah-Jane and I rarely argue and laugh most days. I adore the girls. We all get on pretty well, although the short jokes are getting a bit old. But I do regard the girls as my own. I cannot imagine a more perfect wife than Sarah-Jane. He has changed our lives for the better. Very rarely have any arguments or raised voices, as we just think the same thing. We love the same things, superhero movies and series. We both love geeking out. He is a Star Wars geek, something I never liked before we got together. Now I love it just as much. We laugh mostly every day, all day. My 4 girls love him so much, it's taken to being a dad again natural. Can't wait for this next adventure as husband and wife. So they're both very nice. I'd like to hear from somebody perhaps privy to one or two of these adventures. Can I please invite Duncan to the front? He's going to share with us a little.
What is by Stephen Knott. There are lots of poems, songs, and stories out there about love. Love is a many splendid thing. Love is all you need. Love is all around. But I think they miss the core of what love is. Love is a decision. Every day to cling onto the person who helped make you the best version of yourself. It's a willingness to open yourself up to the pain and heartbreak of an entire other person. And it's not something to take lightly. It's a responsibility. But it's also an honor. It's something to hold dear when everything else is going sideways and not in your control. When life essentially gets too much of a burden to bear, you get to help someone carry it. Marriage is a sign-up sheet for that. You say your vows because this is your person. This is the one who makes sense of everything. This is the one. The aisle, in fact, the entire ceremony, I'm sure, is daunting for both bride and groom. stand there proudly and defiantly to the world to say, yes, they are mine. They're part of me now. If you take one, then you have to take the other. And that's it. Package deal. Mr. and Mrs. Now for the rest of your lives.
So now, folks, before we move on, we're a couple will become husband and wife, which is one last thing to share. Now, before today, I asked our couple to keep a secret from each other. It's been the last secret that they ever keep. I asked them to write down 3 things that they love about each other, which is nice, and then one thing, just one thing, that they would change. They both began to frantically start writing what needed to remind them those 3 loves and 1 change I was after, not the other way around. We shall now share this last secret, and as our couple get to hear each other's answers, let's just watch that exit. So Sarah-Jane's change. If she could change one thing about Si, I'd have met him when I was a lot younger. For those 3 loves, I love his humour.
Can we just do that?
I love his humour. He makes me feel safe and protected. He dotes on the girls. He's always doing the best for them in everything that he does. Wasn't Sarah-Jane very nice? Thank you very much. So now we move on. Size list. If I could change one thing. Sarah-Jane tends to overthink things at times. I don't like seeing the turmoil it can sometimes cause her. She needs to know how awesome she really is. Well, that's no, actually was written down. Let's see this. I love Sarah-Jane's kind heart. I love her wicked sense of humour. A final love for this moment. I love her straight talking. She just gets on and nothing stands in her way. For the both of them, could have been a disaster. So now, before our couple go ahead, exchange their vows and rings, Si is now going to take this moment to share something with his family.
Oh, yes.
I like that he totally knew he had to do this. What is it, Bob?
So now, our couple are here with you, about to declare this love in the form of that unbreakable bond, following a wonderful tradition with their own awesome and neat twist. To make this bond and to symbolise their future together as husband and wife, our couple will exchange rings, their vows with and for each other, and will get married. They are about to say I do. 3 little letters, 2 little words. Now it's the simplest part of the day. There's nothing simple about the things that will remain unsaid. I do means I do know I can be hurt, but I'm ready to be healed with you. It means I do want to try, even when the fear of failure holds me back. And I do not know the future, but I'm ready to be surprised along the way. I I do means I do give you my love and I do take yours. Nothing we do will ever be the same because we'll be doing it all together. Face off. We have
Slight height difference.
So, Si, if you're ready, please take Sarah-Jane's ring. And as you place it on her finger, please repeat. In the presence of friends and family.
In the presence of friends and family.
I, Si.
I, Si.
Take you, Sarah-Jane.
Take you, Sarah-Jane.
In marriage.
In marriage.
And to be my lawfully wedded wife.
And to be my lawfully wedded wife.
And with this ring, I vow.
And with this ring, I vow.
To love, honour, and respect you.
To love, honour, and respect you.
All the days.
All the days.
If you're ready, please take side water. Please repeat. The presence of our friends and family.
In the presence of our friends and family.
I, Sarah-Jane.
I, Sarah-Jane.
Take you, Si.
Take you, Si.
In marriage.
In marriage.
And to be my lawfully wedded husband.
And
And with this ring, I vow.
with this ring, I vow.
To love, honour, and respect you.
To love, honour, and respect
All the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
And so now, following the three declarations have been made in my presence, the presence of your witnesses and all of your honoured guests, it gives me very great pleasure to declare that Si and Sarah-Jane, Sarah-Jane and Si, you are now married to my friendship, husband and wife!
Watch it goes through.
We love Ellie, she makes me feel loved.
I'm shaking, I don't even know.
So does it.
Alright.
I know.
So like to bring both the over for the cake.
Oh, yes, we can have that.
Bye-bye.
Oh, nearly right there.
And you got a clean one. So now that the deal has been well and truly sealed and signed officially, there's absolutely no turning back. But the time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. The way to be happy is to make others so. We hope, I think we all know, we'll have a very happy marriage. My friends, when you're listening at home from the miracle of technology and things, you go to SJ's page, the Elsie Norminton Foundation.
For the haven of you.
If you go into there and give a wee donation, then that'd be really helpful to pay for everything. Go for charity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I now ask you all please to be upstanding. As it gives the greatest of pleasures to introduce to you all, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. MacGregor! So folks, if you'd like to follow the couple, I think we'll go outside now to try and get a group photo when the weather's there, so just make your way outside.
I'm running past everybody to go turn it off. Give everybody a cuddle on the way past. Yeah, see with the Virgin or Cactus. Hiya guys. I'm actually meant to be doing this up here. I'm just coming down to turn that off. Look at me, all nice to meet you, darling.
Bye, people. Mommy.
It's official. You're mine now, love. I know. I'm running down just to turn off the computer. Oh,
I turned it off, Mommy.
I'm seeing you guys. How did you get on this morning? Fine. Not too stressful, please. Oh, good.
Hello.
Right, hold on. Roberta. Again, watch.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. That's it done. Be back. 4 o'clock. Back here. Bye-bye.